It was a quiet town, the kind where everyone knew everyone else. The streets emptied early, and most people went to bed by 10 p.m. But on this particular night, something strange was happening at the town library. Mr. Collins, the town librarian, had been locking up the library every night for the last 20 years. For him, everything was routine. But for the past week, something had been disturbing his peaceful schedule. Each morning, when he opened the library, he found books lying on the floor, chairs overturned, and papers scattered everywhere. At first, he thought it was just a mistake. Maybe the cleaning staff had been careless. But then things got stranger. One morning, he found one of the rarest and most expensive books, the Golden Manuscript, missing from its display case. The glass case was locked the evening before, so how could someone have taken it? Mr. Collins grew worried. I can't keep ignoring this, he thought to himself. He decided to stay late and solve the mystery. That same day, he called his niece, Sarah. Sarah was a university student, home for the summer holidays. She loved books and mysteries equally, and when she heard about the strange events at the library, she couldn't resist. Stay at the library all night? I'm in, she said eagerly. At 9 p.m., after the library had officially closed, Mr. Collins locked the front doors and turned off most of the lights. We need to keep it dark so no one knows we're here, he explained to Sarah. Do you think it could be a thief trying to steal more books? Sarah asked, whispering. I don't know, Mr. Collins said, shaking his head. But whoever it is, they're very clever. They don't leave any fingerprints, and they always lock the doors behind them. That's why I didn't notice anything at first. Sarah nodded, her curiosity growing. The two of them set up a small base camp by the librarian's desk with a thermos of coffee, a notebook, and a flashlight. Then they waited. Time passed slowly. The library was silent except for the sound of the occasional creak of wood or the soft rustling of pages in the breeze. At midnight, Sarah yawned and stretched. What if nothing happens tonight? She asked softly. Mr. Collins was about to reply when they both heard it. It started as a faint noise, a soft tapping sound coming from one of the far corners of the library. Sarah froze. Did you hear that? She whispered. Yes, Mr. Collins whispered back. They both got up slowly, grabbing their flashlights. Trying to move as quietly as possible, they followed the sound. The tapping grew louder as they approached the back of the library, where the rare books section was located. Suddenly, the tapping stopped. For a moment, everything was completely silent. Sarah looked at Mr. Collins nervously. What do we do now? She whispered. Before he could answer, they heard another sound, this time like paper being flipped quickly, as if someone was reading at superhuman speed. The noise was coming from behind a row of tall shelves. Sarah took a deep breath and stepped forward. When Sarah rounded the corner, she saw something she never expected. There, sitting at a small table under a flickering light, was a young boy. He looked about 10 years old, with messy brown hair and large glasses that seemed too big for his face. He didn't notice Sarah or Mr. Collins at first because he was completely focused on the book in front of him. Excuse me, Sarah said softly, her voice shaking slightly. What are you doing here? The boy jumped in surprise, knocking over his chair. I'm sorry, he cried. I didn't mean any harm. Who are you? Mr. Collins asked. And how did you get in here? The boy sighed and adjusted his glasses. My name is Max, he said. I don't have a library card, so I couldn't come during the day, but I really, really love books. I just wanted to read. Sarah and Mr. Collins exchanged a glance. But how did you get inside? Sarah asked. Max hesitated. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small silver key. I found this outside the library a few weeks ago, he admitted. I think it's for the back door. Mr. Collins's jaw dropped. That's the staff key, he said. I thought I lost it. Sarah crouched down to Max's level. So let me get this straight. You used the key to sneak into the library every night. To read? Max nodded quickly. I didn't mean to make a mess. It's just, sometimes I get really excited when I find an interesting book. I must have knocked some things over by accident. And what about the golden manuscript? Sarah asked. Do you know what happened to it? Max's eyes lit up. Oh, that book is amazing. It's so old and beautiful. I borrowed it a few nights ago, but I was going to bring it back, I promise. I hid it under one of the benches because I didn't want anyone to see me with it. Mr. Collins sighed, clearly relieved but also slightly annoyed. Max, you could have just asked for a library card. I didn't think you'd let me, Max said, looking down at his shoes. Of course I would have, Mr. Collins replied, his tone softening. Libraries are for everyone. Mr. Collins and Sarah decided to handle the matter kindly. Instead of scolding Max, they invited him to show them where he had hidden the golden manuscript. Together they found it wrapped in a blanket under a bench near the children's section. Here it is, Max said proudly, holding it up. You're lucky this wasn't damaged, Mr. Collins said with a small smile. This book is very special, Max. It's one of a kind. From that night on, Max became a regular at the library, during the day, with a proper library card. He and Mr. Collins even started a book club together, and Sarah promised to visit every week to help Max with his reading. But just when they thought the mystery was solved, something unexpected happened. A week after Max's midnight visits had ended, Mr. Collins found another book out of place during his morning rounds. Chairs were once again moved, and papers were scattered. But this time, Max hadn't been there. What's going on? Mr. Collins wondered. Had someone else discovered the key, or was something else at play? That night, Mr. Collins and Sarah set up camp in the library again, ready to get to the bottom of this second mystery. They waited patiently, just like before, until they heard a sound they didn't expect. Soft footsteps, but much lighter than Max's. As they investigated, a small shadow darted behind the shelves. It moved quickly and quietly, evading their flashlights. Finally, they cornered the figure near a stack of children's books. Sarah gasped. It wasn't a person at all. It was a cat, a small black and white cat with bright green eyes. The cat meowed softly, as if it were apologizing for causing trouble. Well, I'll be, Mr. Collins said with a chuckle. I guess we have 2 midnight visitors. The cat, who they later named Whiskers, became the library's unofficial mascot, often seen napping in the window or brushing against readers' legs as they browsed. In the end, the midnight mysteries brought everyone closer together. Max found a safe place to enjoy his love of reading, Whiskers gained a new home, and the library became a warmer, livelier space. As for Sarah, she loved telling the story over and over about how she helped solve not 1, but 2 mysteries at the library. And whenever she visited, she couldn't help but smile as Max read confidently to Whiskers in the cozy children's corner. You know, Sarah said to Mr. Collins one day, the library might not be so quiet after all. And they both agreed that was just the way it should be.